Tens of thousands of Thais are rallying against the government in the capital Bangkok, and hundreds forced their way onto a university campus earlier in the day. They're the latest demos in months of demands by the student-led movement for new elections, a rewritten constitution and reforms to the monarchy. Let's go live now to Bangkok. Al Jazeera's Wayne Hay is there. So Wayne, what are we expecting to happen with all of this today?
Well, what I can tell you first is that the crowd is very large, probably the largest political gathering that we've seen since the military coup in 2014. And this movement really started out as a student-led movement, and the students still very much at the core of this. As you mentioned, this protest began on the campus of Thammasat University in Bangkok. But as this protest movement has gained strength over recent months, it has grown a lot more diverse. And I think this crowd we are seeing here on Saturday is the most diverse that we've seen in recent months. And the reason for that is I think that the demands for political reform, to an extent, the reform of the royal family, the monarchy, have really resonated across many different sectors of Thai society in many different parts of the country as well. So we've seen people come into Bangkok from outside the city for this protest, but it also is another important anniversary. September the 19th marks the anniversary of a significant date in Thai history, a 2006 military coup that removed a democratically elected government yet again from office. That government led by former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, who continues to live in exile, but his popularity in Thailand really hasn't waned despite the fact that he has been living in exile. So we're seeing signs in that diversity of many of his supporters coming out to join this protest today. The protest has moved largely from Thammasat University across the road to another significant venue, Sanam Lawang, which is a park across the road from the university, also across the road from the Grand Palace. In recent years, it's been largely shut off to the public. It's been cordoned off, but the protest leaders said they wanted to retake that for the people, and that's exactly what they've done. The police are saying that they have to vacate that area. But again, there's no sign they're going to do that, and no sign yet of any sort of crackdown from the security forces.
Is there, on that note, any sign that the government's patience is beginning to wear thin?
Well, I think they're growing increasingly concerned. They started out really playing a game of just wait and see, really, wait and see where this protest movement would head. And as I say, it was just a student-led movement, and I think at that stage they could handle it. But now it's grown way beyond a student protest movement. I think their concern has grown with that, and we've seen in recent weeks the rhetoric from the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, who led that coup in 2014, becoming a lot more aggressive. He said that if the protesters continue along this line, they will continue to create more divisions in Thai society, and ultimately the country will end up engulfed in flames, is how he put it. And he's also, as a last-ditch attempt maybe on Thursday night, gave a televised address in which he played the coronavirus card, warning that if the protesters came out in big numbers on Saturday, then they would risk a second wave of the pandemic coming to this country and further damage to the economy.
Al Jazeera's Wayne Hay reporting live there from Bangkok. Many thanks indeed.